This is Turd Flinging Monkey for TFM News. I'm going to be responding to an article in Campus Reform called Tampons Coming to Men's Room at Brown University. Written by Sydney Hutchinson, the Louisiana campus correspondent, September 7th, 2016. And I'm just going to get into it. There's several bullet points before the article, but it gets better as you go, trust me. So, quote, Brown University student body president will be hand-delivering menstrual products to all non-residential bathrooms on campus, including men's rooms, with the help of 20 other students. The initiative is intended to communicate the message that pads and tampons are a necessity, not a luxury, and that not all people who menstruate are women. Unquote. So it tells you everything you need to know. Without even reading this article, I already know what this is really about. These women want free tampons and pads. That's what it's about. Because when you go to a restroom at a public building, or even a university building, or a restaurant or anything, they have toilet paper, sometimes paper towels, sometimes those little hand dryer things, but usually paper towels. So you're essentially getting free quote-unquote toilet paper and paper towels. And these women want free tampons and pads. That's what this is all about. They want to be like, oh, tampons and pads are a necessity. Give me free tampons and pads. But when you use the toilet paper at these restaurants, these public buildings, have you noticed the toilet paper is the shittiest quality possible? Have you noticed it's just one ply, it feels like sandpaper? Have you noticed the paper towels are cheap as shit? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed restaurants and public buildings, they don't prioritize getting the good, comfortable toilet paper for random ass people who walk in out of the street to use their bathrooms? Have you noticed that? Now I want you to think about the kind of tampon or pad that you use. I'm guessing you have a favorite brand. I'm guessing you don't just get the cheapest shit off the shelf. You probably have a brand that you like, that feels good in your snatch, and that you wouldn't want to downgrade to a cheaper brand. What makes you think if they offered free tampons and pads that they're going to be the high quality tampons and pads that you're used to and not the cheapest shit they could find? There would be demand, and companies would meet that demand by creating the cheapest shit they could to barely meet the requirements of whatever bullshit feminist law you wrote. So at the end of the day, you're not going to be satisfied with the tampons and pads that you're provided. You're going to bitch and moan that they're not the good shit that you're used to, and all you're going to do is create added costs on the university, restaurants, the public buildings, everyone else. Just buy your own shit. Boxes of tampons are like $5. Use them for a couple days a month. Seriously, buy your own shit. You wipe your ass every fucking day, unless you're constipated. Then maybe you might go a day or two without wiping your ass. But you only use tampons a couple days a month. And to your second point, not all people who menstruate are women. Yes, they are. All people who menstruate are fucking women. Unless you're getting into this like, I identify as a man, you can identify as a man all day. If you have a vagina and you menstruate, you are a woman. You can draw a fucking beard on your face with a Sharpie all day long. You're a fucking woman. Now, as a transgendered lesbian, I totally support your identity. But seriously, you have a vagina, what are you doing in the men's room? There are fewer stalls in the men's room. There's a urinal that you can't use because you have a vagina. So just go in the female's room. You think the girls are going to jump you because you make them uncomfortable? I kind of understand, like these gay men or these trans women who don't feel comfortable going into the men's room because they're worried about being beaten up by the men. I can understand that to a point, because when it comes to gay bashing, it only really flows onto the men. Guys think lesbians are hot. Oh yeah, lesbians, all make out, show me your titties, I want to join in. But then when it's gay men, they're like, let's get those queers. So I kind of understand why a trans woman or a gay man would want to use the female's restroom. But if you have a vagina, go use the restroom that has the equipment for your anatomy. You're just limiting yourself by using the men's room because you can't use the urinal. Alright, so after all that, let's read this article. Read it together and let's figure out how close I was to the mark. Quote, Brown University student body president will be hand-delivering menstrual products to all non-residential bathrooms on campus, including men's rooms with the help of 20 other students. Viet Nguyen, president of the Undergraduate Council of Students, announced the initiative in a campus-wide email Tuesday, saying he wants to communicate the message that not all people who menstruate are women, according to Newsweek. Quote, there are a lot of conversations about why pads and tampons are a necessity, not a luxury, but not a lot of action. We want to take it into our own hands. Wynn explains in an email observing that low-income students struggle with having the necessary funding for food, let alone tampons, unquote. Let me just stop there. They're $5 a month. I mean, your food budget, you're going to spend, a good $100 to a couple $100 a week on food. Especially if you live on campus and you have to buy a lot of stuff that's instant or you have to go out to eat a lot. Food's expensive and you use it several times every day. Tampons, one box, $5 once a month. It's nothing. It's fucking nothing. Less than 1 hour at a minimum wage job pays for your tampons for the entire month. Seriously, fuck off. The article continues, quote, by putting menstrual products in women's, men's, and gender-inclusive bathrooms, Wynn aims to set a tone of trans inclusivity and not forget that there's an important part of the population, but is under no illusions that the effort will be universally popular. I'd be naive to say there won't be pushback, he preemptively concedes. I've had questions about why I'm implementing this in male bathrooms as well. It's an initial confusion, but people generally understand when we explain it. Wynn told Newsweek that menstrual products would be available in approximately 30 to 40 bathrooms across campus for the 2016-2017 school year, financed exclusively by the Undergraduate Finance Board rather than the general university funds. Why aren't these products treated the same way as other products we hand out, like toilet paper, he pondered in an interview with The Guardian? It's a necessity rather than a luxury, so Brown and other universities should treat them as such. So I just want to make the point that this fucking dipshit, he's being interviewed by The Guardian and Newsweek for handing out free tampons and pads. So we know why he's actually doing this. It's all about, oh, he's such a brave warrior for the social justice. Now I will give this guy credit for spending his own money, or the money of his organization. So that's a welcome change of pace. If you want to make change, spend your own money. Don't petition the government, or in this case, the college, to spend other people's money on your stupid bullshit. So you get brownie points for that. But yeah, I call that it's all about the trans inclusivity stuff. Whatever. The article continues, quote, feminine hygiene products are not a luxury. They're as essential as toilet paper. Just ask anyone who's ever struggled to obtain or afford them. Bullshit, they're $5. Agreed, Terry O'Neill, you're fucking stupid. Have you gone to the store and seen how cheap tampons and pads are? They're not expensive. $5 for a month's worth of pads and tampons is not asking too much. Anyway, Terry O'Neill, president of the National Organization for Women. Oh, of course. Of course she's behind free shit. Students' participation in school should not be hindered by insufficient access to this basic necessity. Universities around the country should follow suit. So again, we're moving from, this organization paying for it themselves to pressuring colleges to paying for it. Yazuka Alaska, a junior at Brown, opined that menstruation is currently a taboo, but speculated that if we can implement this project, that we will add to this conversation and make it more of an accessible topic. End quote, end of article. No, menstruation is not a taboo. We know you ladies bleed from your vaginas. It's not like, you can talk about it, I don't give a shit. But I return to my original points. Any free products aren't going to meet the standards that you're used to for your precious vagina. You're not going to want the cheap shit that they give away for free. You're going to want the good stuff. And what are men supposed to do with these pads and these tampons? I mean, I guess if you cut yourself shaving, you could just slap a maxi pad on your chin. Or if you got a bloody nose, you could just stick a tampon up there. Is that what you want? How many trans men are running around who can't afford $5 of tampons or pads? This kind of goes back to a while ago, where there was that whole Sandra Fluke thing, and they were trying to make birth control free. Because it's a necessity. I mean, God, birth control's so expensive. Oh my God, $1 a day? I mean, I can't be bothered to stop putting these dicks between my legs for $30 a month for birth control pills. Someone else needs to pay for it. It will clearly never be enough. Women are just on the never-ending crusade for more free shit paid for by men. And this is to be expected because women don't pay taxes. So why would women ever take their foot off the gas? They're just going to demand more and more free shit because they're not paying for it. It's not hurting them, it's only helping them. But I have a challenge. I have a challenge to Brown, or any of these other retarded social justice colleges that want to be progressive. If you're so worried about trans inclusivity, then I want you to install urinals in the female bathrooms. Because what about all the trans women that want to go into the girls' bathroom and pee standing up? You're oppressing them. So I want you to take a stall out of your bathroom, and I want you to install a urinal for all the trans women out there. Go ahead and do that, and then come back to me about how trans inclusive you are. So go fuck yourself. I know you're not going to do that. I know you don't give a shit about trans people, you just want more free shit for women. More free shit paid for by men, so that you don't have to pay for it, no matter how cheap it is. $5 a month. Oh my god, $5 a month. That's like a 20-piece McNugget. I can't afford that. Oh, 20-piece McNugget. Oh, too much. Can't afford my 20-piece McNugget. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, this is Turd Flinging Monkey signing off.